Progress continues on the 180SX Type X RSX 180SX Type X 180SX. Let's go! You might be wondering, why have you got a jack and jack stance when you have two hoists? And that's because Daniel has two cars on both hoists and he's not working on either of them. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Daniel, isn't that right? What? Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly right. Dog, isn't he? Working on the fuel system for Tyson's 180 at the moment. Pretty much what I'm doing. No, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, so it was a factory turbo motor pretty much, so still had factory injectors and fuel rail and all that stuff. So we've got a Raceworks fuel rail with, I believe we got 750cc injectors, top feed injectors. So we've got the fuel rail in there that can support a little bit of extra boost that we're going to put through with that G-Series turbo on the other side there. Coupled with that, we've got a 460 Walbro, but that's done. This car is going to go on E85, so basically the 20-year-old, 30-year-old fuel lines, E85 loves to eat them out. That's gross, that sounds yuck. E85 loves to deteriorate them and destroy them from the inside out, basically turns them to a goo. So we got to go through and replace all the rubber fuel line components, which is what we've got here. So this is this is another Raceworks product. So this is an E85 suitable and submersibly suitable to be submersed as well. So this is in the tank, pretty much all plumbed up. In the engine bay here, you can see I've got the new fuel filter, which is also E85 safe. If anybody's wondering if you're thinking of putting your car to E85, pretty much what you're going to make sure you've got is a E85 compatible fuel pump. Any rubber lines have been swapped to also be E85 suitable. And then the other thing that a lot of people sometimes forget is fuel filters as well. You do need to swap that for an E85 capable one as well. Otherwise, a standard paper filter will clog up very quickly and deteriorate very quickly. You'll end up with pieces of that in your injectors. Injectors also is another one you got to check. Most injectors are fine with E85. It's just something worth a quick Google search. So that's what we're doing. From there, we've got the Haltech harness over there, which we're going to plug in. And then this thing's really not that far away from actually being able to be started and then tuned, I guess, from there, isn't it, really? So we'll do that. I'm going to do that right now. I'll even keep the microphone on. What are you doing?
Go and check up on your brake.
You want to clean up your brake fluid?
That's not one.
Well, I got to lay down on the ground. You got both hoists and you're not working on either cars.
Well, then why don't you do something?
Oh, punch in.
I can give you a hand, mate. If you want a hand, I can get one off with you.
No.
No?
I don't want one. You remind me of the front end of this car. Pig. I'm dying. Somebody called an ambulance. Somebody call me a ambulance. Oh, that was a bit excessive, wasn't it? What was that? George nearly fall. Okay, now we get under the car and we take these and that and that. Come on. I love Daniel. Oh, there's some creatures under here. You know, something I've never understood is plastic fuel lines. How does that work? Is this going to leak on me? I'm going to go this way a bit, in case it leaks. It didn't. Now I need to get it off the actual fuel line. Oh, yeah. Are you left-handed or right-handed? You're right-handed? Me too. Because I'm using my left hand and I was suddenly like, I'm pretty ambidextrous. Alright, so that's off. So we want to put, so that goes in the bin. For sale, genuine S13 Type X fuel filter, $1 million. No lowballs, I know what I've got. What am I doing? Doing something silly. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Can I have that? Yeah. Thank you.
All day, hockey for lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, my shout all day.
You shout.
Yeah, let go.
I won't even be there.
50 mil.
It's not 50.
It's 50 mil.
What's 50 mil? 2 inches. 2 inches is 50 mil.
That's it's just shy of 51.
Give me, oh, you just moved it again.
Really?
Yeah, really. How did you not feel that 1 mil movement?
Let me know, George.
50 mil.
2-inch line and see how it's just shy of 50.1.
Yeah, but when someone's like, oh, that's like $53, you'd be like, nah, it's 55. No, it's 55.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
You round it down.
Well, you ran off. So if you're like, what's the time? And it was 12:18, and you'd be like, 12:20.
You round down 0.8. You're rounding down 0.4.
0.4 of a mil.
So over 12 inches, that's like 2.4 centimeters.
Who pinched my lid? I've lost my lid. And I still can't find it. Where the f is it? Where's my lid gone?
He's off his rocker.
Found my lid. Stop looking.
I was literally never.
I got my lid.
Why is it on his head?
Because it's my lid. Why is it not on your head?
All right. Okay, so we got
Tyson's 180 back.
a little bit of progress on Tyson's 180.
I'd nearly label it as a session.
A session, Tyson's 180 session. Got all the oil, progression session. Got all the oil and water lines hooked up to the turbo. That's all done. All the manifolds are tight, and not manifolds, housings is what I was trying to think of. Front housing was still loose, just to clock it where we wanted it. So that's all tightened up. And then on top of that, we've got the front calipers on. So they've got rebuilt calipers and they've been painted. They're all ready to go. The rear ones, we're just waiting on some brake lines. We needed some slightly longer brake lines to fit the Z32 calipers in the rear. Yeah. So we've got to wait for them to turn up and then we can bleed the brakes up.
All right, just finished whipping up a water res. That sits nice down there.
A water res? What's it for?
What?
What's it for?
Water.
For what?
For the radiator.
Oh, you didn't say that?
It's a water res.
Yeah, for what?
Where else would we be putting water? Where would we resonate water?
Windscreen wipers.
No, that would be an overflow. Got him! Yeah, look,
Big dumb dog.
That's my bad there. So, yep, for the radiator overflow reservoir, we've put it in there.
Cool.
Exactly where we're up to, George.
Putting some hose clamps on the heater hoses. Got the heater hoses in around the back of the head. Just about to put some hose clamps on there, George. That's what I'm doing right now.
Hose clamps, yep.
Hope that's super interesting for all y'all.
I'm currently sitting in the passenger seat down at the floor to mount this ECU to the floor. No, not to the floor, sorry, to the firewall floor, underneath the glove box compartment. Moving on. This is the location where I will be working. It's down in here. Yes, it is. Now, if you'd like to come and have a look, George. Now, if you step into here, this is the location. So we've got this torch here. This torch then it lightens up my workspace, so I can visibly see a lot more in my work conditions. Lumens. Oh, we're looking at about 1,200 luminance. Running off a 5 amp battery, non-lithium. Lithium, maybe, not sure. And then if you step down here a bit further, we've got this harness here there, George. Now this here is a plug and play kit from Haltech, which has to now be put up behind the kick panel there, which my friend Sam believes it will fit. And then this one here, this is the Haltech Elite 1500 ECU, which then we will mount down under there. That's what we're up to. Yeah, that sounded like something Sam would say that was. Interesting, but so sad. Your ECU on an upward slope, you lose creditation. Whereas if you have it labelled like that, it's nothing but a gain in street creditation. Look at my crater, George.
You what?
My crater.
Oh, you got a crater. Yeah.
COVID tax hit, you used to pay $80 for an S13 tail shaft. Right there, that is. That's nostalgia. That's nostalgia right there. Yep, that's where I needed it, down there.
Alright, so we had the Jag on the dyno this morning, bolted it up over at Edge Performance, and we got young Mick on the computer.
He's a gorgeous kid.
He's a gorgeous boy.
Things I do to him.
Very good results with the Jag, had it up. We drove it over there. I forgot, you know how I said I was going to take the 5 pound spring? I forgot. So got over there, and then we were doing some steady state stuff, just doing a bit. Michael was just doing his thing. He's like, what spring's in this? And I said 3, and he laughed at me. So then I came back and got the 5 pound spring, put that in. First ramp went 380 or something like that on the 5 pound spring, and only made 3.2 pound of boost or something like that. So we actually had the opposite issue, which makes more sense, but we played it on the safe side. So the 5 pound spring only made like 3 pound. So then we put in 7 pound spring and the original 3 pound spring so that we could make approximately 10 pound. Car ended up making just under 7 pound, it was like 6.8 or something like that, and it went 436.2 horsepower. So and it's super healthy at that, like not leaning on it anything, just like nice and safe. Hey, safe as houses. Yep. It's all really good. Everything seems sweet. Joe's just picked it up. He's literally just driven away.
Just drove off in it. Yeah.
So
looking sexy in it.
Yeah, just the little Jag's done for now.
Wouldn't call it little, but yeah.
Future plans for like a built motor kind of thing in it, because the rest of the chassis is set up for it now. It'll take whatever you really want to throw at it, so to speak.
Whatever.
So that's the Jag. That's the Jag update for you.
Yep, and then we got Tyson's 180 over here. So while Sam's over at the dyno station, dinosaur station, doing a bit with Mickey, I've been buttoning up a few things on Tyson's Type X. Just a lot of little things really, vacuum lines, hose clamps. I had to add a couple of female fittings to their intercooler piping. Other than that, that's about it. That's about buttoned up, and that's about all Daniel's going to have to say in this stuff, this outro. Yep, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, word by.
Yep.
The word of the day.
What is the word?
Hooroo.
Hooroo. You reckon? Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content.
So light it up. Bye.
Hooroo. Half moon. Full moon. So, C. It's an M. It's a W. Odd W. It's a U, just a straight up U. Get yours today if you want. One for you. Because we'll turn it up that way for you. Because if it was that way, it'd be an M. You don't want an M. You want a U. See what I'm saying?